Hey, hey. Oh, my bad. Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm gonna give a people a couple minutes to kind of join in and come in. Um, and then I will go ahead and introduce myself. I'm excited. This is the first time that I'm going to be doing a workshop over North Node and South Node astrology, and I'm fucking excited because it's one of my favorite um things to study within astrology. I could begin. Oh, okay. Well, shoot, let's just get it started. Wait, I do need to ask: is this going to be recorded? And if it's recorded, could you send it to me by any chance? Is there any way you can send it to me? Because I can't do it right now. Hey, y'all. If it can be sent to me, if not, can somebody please record this for me and send it to your girl? Okay, cool, cool. We good, we good. All right, so I want to introduce myself to y'all real quick. First off, before I do, I just want to give a shout out to 2020 Virtual Pride. First of all, thank you for putting this together for the community. You know what I'm saying? My teeth? Oh, let me show my teeth. All right, there we go. Thank you for putting Virtual Pride together for all of us. Through these times right now, things are incredibly crazy and chaotic right now. But I think at this time now more than ever, I think this is the perfect time to talk about, North Node and South Node astrology, because a lot of people right now are trying to figure out what's what. How am I needed? How can I be of service to, my community and people and things? So I think that, hey, you've come to the right place if you're here, and whatever messages that you get from here, I hope you can take them and run with them. Um, but before I get too deep into this presentation, I want to go ahead and introduce myself. I am Crew, but today, as I'm speaking to you, I am a rainy storm. Okay, so right now I'm in a rainy storm mode. As a rainy storm, I am a cosmic root work astrologist, meaning that I work with your roots. I get to the root of the situation, and I try to piece that thing together and see how you can do the best and be the best you and what you come here to do in this lifetime. I also work with Mars, so I intertwine your Mars, wherever your Mars placement is, the house placement is in, is aspected to, along with your North Node and South Node astrology to kind of get you, pushing those gears out. So, without further ado, I made notes, yeah, for this presentation, because why not? I am an artist and I'm quite sensitive about my shit. Um, but without further ado, welcome to this presentation. For those of y'all that don't know, North Node and South Node astrology. The North Node is basically what you come here to learn in this lifetime, what you come to accomplish in this lifetime. It's what you're gearing towards in this lifetime. And your South Node is what you was doing in your past life. So your past life really springboards your past lessons, your past. I got money in the bank. Oh, oh, sorry, I had a money call. Anyway, so your South Node is this placement that you have when you come into this life. It's the things that you are comfortable with. It's the things that you've seen. You're like, when people say I've seen it all and I've done it all. Your South Node placement is that. And honestly, when you come back into this lifetime, most people, when we have the conversations about, well, do I still need to focus on my South Node even though I'm gearing towards my North Node? And it's like, yeah, you do. You definitely do. You still probably have some things that you've had to learn or still learning in this life. So instead of you know, completely shutting off from your South Node placement. It's more so about working with them, balancing the two energies out to see how they can benefit with each other in this lifetime. So let the South Node be your springboard. Let the South Node be like that jump start, that kick start. You know what I mean? And then let your North Node be to when you're stepping in, if we're talking about out of the box or being uncomfortable. You know, your North Node, I'm saying, your North Node is going to be that placement where it's like, I don't know, I'm kind of uncomfortable into stepping into this, but it's going to feel uncomfortable at first. But once you start stepping into it and you become more confident in it, oh man, you're off into the sunset. And it's not going to be easy, you know, but it's here for you to learn. So for me, for those of y'all that's just now tuning in, or for those of y'all that don't know or haven't visited Araneae Storm Astrology, my placement, I practice Western astrology, and I'm also tapping into Vedic astrology as well. My Western placements, I'm a Leo Virgo cusp. I am a Pisces rising and a Cancer moon. And on the Vedic side of things, and I will definitely talk about this more in Araneae Storm Astrology. So if you haven't followed on YouTube, if you haven't followed on Instagram, if you haven't followed on Facebook, make sure you do that. And then Vedic astrology, I'm a Leo sun, Aquarius rising, and a Gemini moon. So, and my North Node and South Node placements are, I have a Gemini South Node in the 4th house, and I'll get into houses too. And then I also have a Sagittarius, which sits on the opposite of Gemini, is a Gemini North Node in the 10th house. And we'll get into all of that stuff. But we're gonna go ahead and just kick this off because I'm pretty sure for Instagram Lives we only have an hour. So if I'm speeding up too fast or if I'm going too fast, y'all be like, yo, slow it down. I got a Mars and Gemini. So when I get passionate about stuff, I'm like, yeah, and then yeah. So if I'm going too fast, let me know. I would definitely slow it down, the tempo, you know what I'm saying? But if you have any questions, definitely ask throughout. If you don't know what your North Node or South Node is, you can definitely go online, type in your birth chart, put in your information, location, time you were born, where you were born, and it will pull up you crazy cat, get away. And it will pull up your North Node and South Node. But if you're still kind of confused when you pull it up, definitely let me know and I can definitely help navigate you through that. So first and foremost, we have Aries. We're going to be doing Aries and Libra. Okay. So before I actually get into all these signs, I'm doing dual signs. So we're only going to be going through 6 pages. Aries sits in opposition to Libra. It is its partner sign. You know, this is cardinal fire and this is cardinal air. So when I'm talking about traits and characteristics in the North Node, what we're shooting for the stars in Aries, your past life was Libra. You've had Libra things playing out in your life. So when I go through all these signs, you're going to see me go from one sign to the next sign. And it's not because they sit beside each other, but they sit in opposition to each other. And we'll talk about all of that. All right. So to my Aries North Noders out there, cardinal fire. This is the North Node of leadership. This is the North Node of trusting your gut, trusting the things that you know, starting things, initiating things. Cardinal is all the cardinal signs, which is Capricorn, Cancer, and Aries. And I'm forgetting somebody. Who's the cardinal in the bunch? Am I forgetting? No. Okay. And Libra. Yes, Libra is the cardinal sign. So basically in this, it's like initiating things, not waiting for people to initiate those things for you, not waiting for the group to agree, not waiting for people to be like, oh, should we do this? Maybe. No, Aries is like, this is what I want to do. This is how I'm going to get it done. And regardless if you're on the train or not, the show must go on. All right. So that's Aries North Node. Moving forward with your ideas. So, I mean, it's the first sign of the zodiac. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. It's when spring kicks off. You know, it's when life, you know, comes out, you know, from the heavy winter, and it's like, I'm here, you know, I'm here to do this thing, you know what I'm saying? And how can we move forward? So Aries, in this lifetime that you come in from Libra's South Node, is like, you have to take charge of your life. You got to take charge of the things that you want and the things that you know. It's about individuality of the self, knowing thyself versus knowing what everybody else feels that you should be and where you should go and what you should do. All right. So, you know, lead the way. Let people catch up to your speed. You know what I mean? And if they fall off on the trail, that's just what they're gonna have to do. They got to catch up to your momentum. So if we go to the South Node side of that, we have Libra sitting on that side, and I will leave room at the end for questions. So that's why if I'm like going through this, y'all need me to slow down, let me know. But I do want to get through this, so if y'all do have any questions, y'all can ask those questions. But when you get to the South Node of Libra from this Aryan energy, you have released the people pleasing tendencies. You know, Libra, because it wants to find that balance in between, you know, people and situations. It's like, I don't want to say this thing because I don't want nobody to feel no type of way. So I'm going to just hold it in and not say it because I don't want nobody to be mad. I don't want to. Aries wants the smoke. All right. Aries wants the smoke. Aries is not afraid. Aries is not afraid to say how they feel, what they know, because at the end of the day, it's how they feel. You know, it's not letting this Libra South Node come in front of what you feel and what you know to be true. Not leaning on the desire for connection. You know, Libra wants that soulmate. Libra wants that partnership. Libra wants that love. Libra wants those things that make it feel like it's divine in unison with someone else. A partnership, you know, it rules. Venus in the 7th house rules money, but it rules relationship, but it also rules money and things like that too. So, and we'll get into that. Codependence, you know, being very codependent on a relationship and getting so like mixed and mingled on having this relationship, you kind of forget your own values and your own ideals. So you're coming from the past life having these things, that's your comfortable place. They're already in like, well, do I really need, or I feel like I need somebody in order to make decisions, or I feel like I need somebody in order to move forward. And Aries comes in like, nah, boo boo, we're gonna have to figure this out on our own. Okay. All right. Trusting others before yourself, backing down from conflict or a challenge. Like I said before, y'all, Aries wants the smoke. Do not be afraid to speak your mind. For my Aries, you know, North Node generation, this also is going to depend on the house it's in too. Now, when we talk about house placements, and I won't go too long in this, if you definitely have questions about what house your North Node is in, your North Node in the house that it's in, it's going to kind of, you have your North Node placement, but the house placement in astrology is going to kind of shape the lessons that you come here to learn. So every sign has its own house. So I say this to say, picture each sign with its own house. If you basically, let's start off with Aries and Libra. If you walk into an Aries house, think of Mariah Carey. You know, she likes fancy things. You know, she likes nice, beautiful things. And, you know, she's very like, yeah, I don't want this, but I want this, but I need this, but I like this. You know what I mean? That's going to be an Aries home. You know, the bougie babes. And so let's say you have an Aries North Node in the 7th house of Libra. So now we're going to have to go to Libra and say, well, if you have an Aries North Node in the 7th house of where Libra falls, then you're going to talk about Mariah Carey going into Cardi B's house. Okay. And it's a whole nother house. All right. So I'm going to just leave it like that. You do the math. Let's get to Libra. All right. So when you go into a Libra North Node, this is the diplomat. This is the mediator. This is the person that's like, can we just all get along? You know, can we all just be in unison and figure it out while out is fighting and wanting the smoke? You know what I'm saying? It is the receiving of what you put out. It's the balance. It's, you know, Libra is the scales. Aries is the ring. It clams in the shit. You know what I mean? And Libra is more so like, I need to figure out, you know, just where I want to go, the things I want to do, you know. That's fun. What's up, Vision by? What's up, everybody that's joining in? Vision by Virgo. But you have the Libra North Node. You got the Libra North Node. What's up, y'all? All right. Community makes us stronger. So Aries is like the soul G. You know what I'm saying? Aries is like, I can do this on my own. I don't need your help. Bye, bye. Be gone. It's good. I don't need a team. F all y'all. Bye. All right. Libra, and that's what you're comfortable with doing in your South Node. You comfortable with just doing shit on your own because you kind of like, nobody can do it like me, so why don't I just do it on my own? When you come into the Libra North Node, okay, it's about community. It's about building and formulating bonds with other people in order to expand. You know, Libra wants partnership. You know, and it doesn't necessarily have to be love because we always kind of run to it. I'm all for love. I'm here for love. I love love. But Libra is more about what is the community need? What is the people around me? How are they thinking? How are they feeling versus the self, you know, versus the self. You know what I mean? Whoop, soul, G. Sometimes we do desire a team though. It's my moon. Wait, Libra or is it Libra or Aries? Oh, so you have a North Node in Libra. My sister has a North Node in Libra. It's a whole thing. And it says sometimes we desire a team though. Okay, so that must be your moon sign. Aries is your moon. Listen, babe. Look, when you got an Aries, we'll talk about it one day. Let me continue. Okay. And you do desire partnerships and things like that. So if we get to Libra and we switch it, oh yes, head and heart, baby. Head and heart. Listen. This is relying on the self, feeling like you can do it all. You don't need, you know, people to be a part of, feeling comfortable and being like, oh, well, I can do it myself. I don't need nobody to do this. Being forceful, being overly aggressive in what you feel, how you think, what you feel like should be done. That's Aries South Node energy that you got to move out of. You know what I'm saying? Not cooperating with others. Aries wants what it wants, it feels how it feels, and it's not afraid to tell you. But sometimes Aries South Node, okay, you got a little T to the 10. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, you know, bring her down a little bit and just kind of let people come in and speak on how they feel and kind of detach yourself from the outcome of that thing. So I hope this was a good enough summary for y'all. Aries South Node, or Aries North Node, Libra North Node, South Node, vice versa. Yes, this is you. And like I said, if y'all have any questions, please let me know. But other than that, we're going to move on to this Taurus Scorpio. Whew, for those of y'all. Now, in Vedic astrology, I am a Sagittarius. No, Western astrology, I'm a Sagittarius North Node and a Gemini South Node. In Vedic astrology, I am a Scorpio North Node and a Taurus South Node. And I'm still learning about this shit, so I'm just like, I'm a Leo Virgo cusp, Pisces rising, Cancer moon, and 5th house Cancer moon. And in Vedic astrology, Leo sun, Aquarius rising, and a Gemini moon. Sauce boss, baby. Okay. Anyway. Scorpio, Taurus. Okay, so when you have a North Node in Taurus, all right, this is where you prioritize personal pleasures. You like the luxurious things in life. You know what I'm saying? You like, yeah, I could take that, but bitch, I want this. You know what I'm saying? Like I need to feel good. I want to feel good in this material realm. You know what I mean? I want material pleasures that surround me that make me feel grounded and me feel stable. It's about stability, craving and wanting and needing stability. You know what I mean? Living a life that's naturally caring for the earth. You know, when we think about Taurus being the first earth sign after Aries, you know, it comes in and it's the foundation. You know, so Taurus wants to build a foundation when it's in its North Node. I was like, I need something solid. You know, Taurus North Node is not really too much about moving around, doing the most, doing too much. It's like, I want to be able to build. You know, honestly, I think of Taurus North Node as like planting a seed and watching it grow. you know, like really planting that seed and watching, I mean, the branches lift and the sun hit it, that photosynthesis, and the, you know, and the flowers just like, give me more water, give me sun, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I think of the Taurus North Node. It's building a practical, stable life, being comfortable with stability, being comfortable with security, you know, and defining what security means to you. You know, Taurus North Node is them North Nodes that you can really count on that's going to stick with that shit. It might take them a minute to budge, but best believe, baby, in them 10 years, it's solid. Whatever they building is solid. If I don't know if y'all are into I love me some Nipsey Hussle. Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey Hussle actually had a North Node in Taurus. So if you kind of look at the scope of his life, you'll see that it took him time to build his legacy, but your man's did it, all right? So definitely look into that. Balance and material in the spiritual world. Now, when we get to the South Node and we move to Scorpio, so we have fixed earth and we have fixed water. Scorpio is fixed water. So comfort and hiding out. You know, Scorpions are kind of behind the scenes, like stalking you secretly on Facebook and Instagram, but they're acting like they're not, but they really are. Yeah, we're not going to talk about it. Secrecy and privacy. Needing to be secretive about things, private, not people wanting to know really too deep about you, but you can dig very, very deeply into, you know, them. Not expressing your truth. So if we want to talk about, you know, different chakras, Taurus rules the throat. Taurus rules the throat. It's the throat chakra. It's blues, you know, so maybe surrounding yourself with hues of blues and colors and things like that, and expressing, singing in the shower, you know, turning on your favorite music and just kind of like, yeah, you know, it's my jam. You know what I'm saying? Like, just doing things that get you in an open, honest place of expression versus holding it all in, you know? Other people's money. I call it the OPM. Shout out to Don Kennedy. Other people's money. You know, in this Taurus node, you are creating wealth and stability for yourself versus the Scorpio energy of relying on other people to give you money. And I'm not over here saying that Scorpio does not chase a coin or get a coin. I am saying that Scorpio is I desire. It can attract anything. It's a master of manifestation. So sometimes a lot of Scorpios really don't have to do too much to get the things that they want. So Taurus is more so, I'm going to work hard to get with the things that I need, and I'm going to stick to those things in order to get what I need. So there you have it. Now we're going to move into the Scorpio North Node and the Taurus South Node. We have the personal transformation. Think of it as the phoenix rising. You know, Scorpio, even though it is the scorpion, it is the phoenix rising, going into them ashes, getting deep, 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 deep. It rules Pluto. Pluto is the planet of hidden things that people would not even be able to handle or imagine on the surface, but a Scorpio will go in and dig and pull it right on out and come out stronger than it's ever been. So personal transformation, rebirth, very musically inclined, gifted in the arts, but Scorpios are like shit, P. Diddy. Scorpios are, regardless of what his regardless of what his career track might be, like, let's not talk about it. But, you know, master producers, you know, master producers, master organizers, get the shit done. You know what I mean? Being able to be comfortable with the unknown. You know, Taurus is very much so fixated in that North Node of I need to have it all, or South Node, having it all planned out, having all the minute details and things like that planned out. And I need a plan. And if it doesn't look like this, I feel uncomfortable if it doesn't work out the way that I plan it. Scorpio, because it is the unknown and is the unseen, it's like being comfortable in like, I don't know it all. You know, Scorpio rules the occult. You know, this can also be a North Node of getting into different spirituality or different spiritual mediums, and, you know, getting into astrology or getting into different things or different religious backgrounds that you might have never experienced before. It's very a sexually charged energy too. So it can be, you know, just getting into the taboo. you know, getting into those things that people wouldn't readily be open of getting into, but maybe you dibble and dabble into those things in this lifetime. And when we get into the South Node, Taurus from Scorpio is craving these material things, you know, like I need to have this material thing to feel good. I need it. And Scorpio is more so like, I don't necessarily need those things to make me feel good. My spirit, my soul needs to be right for me to feel good. So you're moving from this material plane of what emotionally makes me feel good to no, I need to get right with my soul in order for me to feel good, right? And not to say that, you know, luxury things, because you know I like nice things, and I'm not a North Node Taurus, but hey, it's my third house, so hey, you know. But just being comfortable with not being so fixated on having these or being attached to these things. And work hard, play hard energy. So that is the scope of Taurus, Scorpio, North Node, and South Node astrology. We are going to move on to one of my faves, of course, because it's what I am. Gemini Sagittarius. So when we move into the energy of Gemini, North Node and South Node, we have, so this is actually the transit that is going on now. So even if you're like, what the fuck is all of this? Pay attention to this, because we just moved May 6th. We just moved into a North Node in Gemini and South Node Sagittarius, and we are seeing these themes play out in the entire world. So just pay attention. All right. So when the North Node moves into Gemini, we are indulging in things. We're questioning. Our curiosity. It's like basically being a child, you know, left in a room with like a coloring book and you know, just things that it can play with. And it's like, oh my God, what's this? Oh my God, what's that? Oh wow, this is great. Oh my God. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's being able to question and have open conversation and effective communications with people without being so fixated to not only the outcome, but what you feel. Even though, and I'll get into the Sagittarius North Node a little bit after I finish Gemini, but piggybacking off of it, Sagittarius, even though it's mutable fire, baby, try to get into a spar with a Sagittarius, man. When they feel like something is true, a Sagittarius will go to war for it. Okay, you will go back and forth with a Sagittarius all day about what they believe because they believe it to be true. Versus with a Gemini North Node, a Gemini mostly, you know, it keeps it open. It's light. It's very light. Shout out to y'all with the Gemini North Nodes because it's a light energy. It doesn't get too fixed or fixated in the outcome or too you know, it's open. It's like, okay, well, you feel like this, you believe this, that's cool. Well, I believe this. Hey, you know what I mean? It's very well, hey, you believe it. I learned something new today, you know? It's mastering effective communication. It's mastering how different ways that you can communicate with people, and not just talking. You know, Gemini rules the hands, baby. You know, it's all about the hands. So it's body language. You know, studying people's body language. You know, the one thing that you can pull from Sagittarius is reading in between the lines. What people say, but what you feel and know they actually truly mean. Gemini is very good for that. Gemini can read you very well. Okay. And building long-term relationships. Building steady long-term relationships. And I know y'all probably by looking like this, like, but Gemini is not really steady, but Gemini likes to be able to build long-term relationships with the people and get to know the people so we can, you know, tap in and communicate with the people in its area. You know, if we want to talk about the third house, even though it is communication, it also rules, you know, your brothers and sisters, your cousins, you know, the people that live in your area. It's your everyday activity, the things that you do from the time that you wake up to the times that you go to sleep. Reese, give me a second, baby. Okay, I love you. Sorry, she irritated because I'm not paying attention to her. But anyway, so it's this energy of where you know, it's that hometown life. So we're going to move to the South Node. So when you have a South Node, you know, from Gemini, and we have a South Node in Sagittarius, which is what we're experiencing right now, i.e., which is crazy. As soon as we had the lockdown for real, it was the shadow period of Gemini moving into, or the North Node moving from Cancer, which y'all get into next, that was last year, into the North Node moving into Gemini, where we're at home and we have to be in home environments. Astrology is amazing. Just saying. All right, so when we move into the South Node in Sagittarius, we have you know, you're basically moving from place to place. You know, you don't have really a steady footing, or no really, you know, roots. You never really establish like too deep of roots, because, you know, Sagittarius is very, also like Gemini, very curious, but wanting to know more, wanting to travel, wanting to do all these different things, and, you know, learn all these things. Never really planning having this know it mentality. You know, Sagittarius can very much be so, well, I know because I know and I know and I know. And it's like, but Sag, do you know? I think Erykah Badu said this when she said a man, and don't quote me for real, all right? But she said a man that claims they know, it's on the On and On soundtrack. They claim they know something, knows nothing at all. You know what I mean? Something about the summertime and it's harder in your fall. You know what I mean? That's what I think when I think of Sagittarius. Like, you don't know it all. And Gemini, your North Node in Gemini teaches you that to remain open is to remain, it's that wisdom that comes in from being able to learn and experience things from others. All right. So we also have fixing on way of thinking. So let's move to my favorite. You know, Sagittarius North Node, for all of y'all that are out there. You know what I mean? I am a North Node Sagittarius, and my Sagittarius, once again, for those of y'all that's joining in, sits in my 10th house of Capricorn. So dominating in the career field, and you know, putting myself out there in the world and society, and, you know, being structured and routine, but that's a whole nother topic. But whatever. So when you have a North Node in Sagittarius, you are traveling far and wide. When I was coming up, I was, and I've talked about this when I was doing the affinity chat earlier, like growing up, I really resented the fact that I had to literally move everywhere all the time. I was just like, dang, like, I got so many friends, I got so many people that I know, like, damn, why do I gotta go and move to another place when I've known these, when I'm, you know, getting older, knowing these people. Long story short, my pops was in the military, so we moved around damn near every 4 years until I got to high school. And that's the longest place I've ever stayed. The longest place I've ever stayed in one place was for 7 years, and I was in Las Vegas, Nevada. You feel me? Like, it, yeah. I don't know. Did I mention Las Vegas, Nevada? I don't think I did, but whatever. Yeah, Las Vegas, Nevada is a long place I stayed for 7 years. And so that is when I realized, and that's when I knew, like, oh, damn, like, this is really, like, yeah. But anyway, Gemini shit. Learning for the sake instead of having a fixed goal. So, you know, Gemini is like, all right, what are we doing? Let's get to the point. You know what I'm saying? What is this? Okay, cool. Let's get to the point. You know, it's very fixed in getting to the point. It, you know, Gemini, you know, wants to have a goal in mind. Sagittarius is like, I'm a philosopher. I mean, it could be this, it could be that. I mean, it could be this, but then it could be that. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not really here. And that's why I love Sagittarius North Node so much, because I'm not reaching for necessarily a goal per se, but it's keeping myself open into learning every day. And so what you see is Gemini being the student, Gemini learning from all these people in that South Node energy, and then coming as a Sagittarius node as being the teacher, being someone who teaches. Like, this right here that I'm doing right now, y'all, this ain't just some shit that happened overnight. Now, I did put these together in like 2 days, like the whole, you know, because I'm extra. But this stuff took me a while to actually grasp and learn and feel comfortable enough to even want to share this with y'all, because I wanted to make sure that y'all was getting some healthy, sexy information. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, doing this and the opportunities that have come up when I've like said yes, like I can teach this. Yes, I do know what the fuck I'm talking about. Yes, this is something that I love to do. Opportunities have just been flooding open. You know, the gates have just been flooding open. Like, oh, do you want to talk about this? Oh, would you like to do? And I'm like, oh, yeah, you know, like, oh yeah, like, yeah, you know what the hell you're talking about, you know? And I'm still learning. Like, this is a forever ongoing learning process. There's no goal of mind of this is where it is and this is where you be. But being comfortable enough to share, right? Hey Quan, hey Affinity, hey y'all, hey Kelsey, 702. Yes, I am here for all of y'all. Hold on one second. Oh, there we go. All right, so and it's also prophet abilities. Sagittarius North Node is very much so the prophet of the zodiac. You know, it learns from its experiences. It's able to, you know, experience things and then be able to be like, you know what? I went through some shit. You know what I mean? Like, I went through some stuff. It needs to talk about what it knows. Sagittarius needs to express and talk about the things that it knows so it can help other people. So in turn, it's able to, you know, show other people like, yo, my experience ain't much different than yours. You know what I mean? A dope Sagittarius, just Sagittarius sun to see if you haven't already. She's a Black lesbian. Her name is Taco. On Instagram, I think it's Tacos Make Me Come. But Taco, I love Taco. If you go on YouTube, Taco is a Sagittarius who just literally just talks about her life. And it's just these experiences, like it don't matter if it's like 30 minutes or an hour, just the way she talks is just like, I can sit here and listen to you all day, Taco. You know what I mean? So just sharing and having that raw, honest truth of you know, being blunt and telling people what you know. But I'm not gonna spend too much longer on this. That South Node is Gemini is staying in the same place. I just finished Scorpio, Quan. But I'll go. Matter of fact, I'll send you what I talked about, and this is actually going to be recorded too. So if you missed it, I got you. We got you. Thank you, virtual pro. But gossip, you know. Gemini South Node, catty. You know, I've even had to, you know, check myself on this in this lifetime. I'm like, girls, you gossiping? Wait. No. And not to say, you know, for people that do gossip and things about stuff, you know, whatever. But it irritates me when I hear people gossip. But then when I realize, I'm like, oh, you were the gossipy Nancy. You are a gossipy Nancy. When it comes up, I'm like, I'm irritated about it because I do it. I've done it, you know? So there's that. Arriving to the arguing just for the sake of arguing. You know, Gemini, sometimes when Gemini is bored, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes Gemini would just start shit just for the sake of having some stuff so it's not bored. So that's definitely South Node material. Too many trades and no jack is what I put down for that. So Gemini is very skilled in many things. Same thing with Sagittarius, but especially Gemini. Gemini is skilled in so many things, but it picks up and drops things off too. You know, I've even had to check myself with having these nodes of South, you know, North Node, Sagittarius, South Node, of like, yes, you're good at all these things, but what is calling you? You know, that Sagittarius, when it comes in, it pulls that arrow back. You know, it's the archer, it's the centaur. It pulls that arrow back and it you know, pushes right into that thing in that place that it wants to go to. But if you're like dabbling all over the place and you don't have any structure or direction, you can get very lost in the sauce. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, I don't know where to go. And for some people, it'll be like, well, you don't have to necessarily have a fixed direction. No, you don't necessarily have a fixed direction of where you want to go in life, but you do want to have some type of, or understand what your calling is, so you're not getting burnt out. We're talking mutable air and mutable fire. So even though it has a lot of energy, it's like, oh, it can get burnt out because it's not putting or exerting that energy into something that it actually is passionate about fully 100% and it cares about. So just keep that in mind. But let me move over to the next. Whew, and I know we all felt this collectively because the Cancer pool is cray. Okay. All right. So now we have the Capricorn Cancer duel. All right. So we all experienced this last year when the North Node was in Cancer and the South Node was in Capricorn. All right. Many lessons. All right. Emotionally trying to understand the things in, North Node and Cancer, the things that emotionally get us right, the things that emotionally come to get us together. Okay. This is a North Node of putting your feelings first. When you have a South Node Capricorn, you're so focused on, overworking, overdoing, and just being so fixated on work that you don't want to deal with your emotions. You don't want to deal with your feelings. And I don't know. I definitely love, and I don't think Mac Miller. I don't know what North Node Mac Miller had, but he was definitely a Capricorn. For those of y'all that like Mac Miller, but you could hear it through his music. His music was his outlet. Mac Miller was so depressed because he talked about a little things in his emotions, but you knew like Mac Miller had so much bottled up inside of him that he wasn't expressing. That man is gone. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be very open to being able with this North Node and Cancer of expressing your emotions in a healthy way. Get around people that you trust, that you know and you love, that won't judge you or try to make you feel some type of way for being sensitive and loving who you are. Get with some people who understand your heart, that will allow you to express. This is also a North Node and Cap. Oh yeah, we gonna get to that, baby. Because last year, listen, it was a lot. So with this North Node in Cancer too, this is also about spending time with the fam. You know what I mean? Like really being able to get to know, your fam and appreciate your family and things like that. Because having a North Node in Cancer and a South Node in Capricorn, you were probably very detached from the family. You probably were able to provide and be this, and we talk about the mommy daddy issues, or mommy daddy, or the feminine and the masculine, of Cancer being the mother figure, the mother archetype, while Capricorn is like the energy of the masculine, the provider, if you will. You know what I mean? So being able to be comfortable and be taking care of yourself, taking care of your emotional needs, share, like I said, sharing your feelings, recognizing that we're all different. Art is going to be a big thing for you. I mean, beautifully skilled. I mean, Cancer North Node, because Cancer is able to tap into the spiritual realm, is able to tap into the occult. All water signs, really. I mean, we're all able to do it, but depending on what placement or where this is placed, baby, you could tap in. You know what I mean? So being able to flush that energy out through something of like, and I'm not just talking about art painting. I'm talking about any type of art modality, cooking. Cancers love to cook. They love food. They love to eat. Sometimes Cancers could be so messed up they start emotionally eating, but doing things that can really bring out those Cancerian emotions that you might have bottled up inside too, because Cancer is the crab, it's the shell. It will bottle up those emotions, and being able to have a healthy place to express those things. So when you get into the South Node, this is last year, y'all. Just listen. When you get into the South Node of Capricorn, you have letting go of control. All right, letting go of control and knowing that everybody has their own path. Sometimes Capricorn can be very micromanagey. Like Capricorn is like, well, this is how I know how to do it. This is how it should be done. Don't argue with me. Shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? It's like, whoa, Cap. Whoa. All right, my dad's a Capricorn. My father's a Capricorn. And with a Pisces moon. So it's like, what are you even feeling right now? You know what I mean? Like, so just when you have this south node, it wants to control. It even wants to control its emotions. Like it could be very like feeling so tight and like, because it feels like fixed and not being able to express. Feeling comfortable with chasing their goals, feeling comfortable with, I gotta get it, I gotta have it, I gotta do it, and things like that. Distracting yourself from emotions through that work. And living life and work and money, living life through work and money, having to climb that Capricorn, the greatest to do it, go mountain, but not focusing on like the matters of the home. So when we move into Capricorn in the North Node and the South Node in Cancer, we have defining clear goals. So if you have a North Node or if you've had a South Node in Cancer, you were probably so fixed to the home or fixed to things around the home and family that you never really set off to do the things that you truly wanted to do because you felt bad or guilty for being so drawn and trying to help the family, And Capricorn is like, nah, I got dreams of my own. I got things that I want to do, and I'm going to do anything I can to accomplish those things. I don't give a damn if it takes me a year, okay? Or it takes me a couple years, all right? But I'm going to get it done. So, redefining what structure looks like to you. That slow build, what is it? Having a home. Okay, so if we're talking about the matters of home and you have a partner, set up a home office, baby. North Node and Capricorn, set up a home office or a place where you're able to get your work done outside of the family, because the family is going to be calling, click, click, hello, where are you? Get you a place where you can just kind of sit and work on your own and focus on your talents and your things or whatever it is that you set out to accomplish in this lifetime. You will see that as a Capricorn North Node, when you start setting those goals and you start hitting those goals, that there's going to be people that are starting to recognize you. And even though Capricorn doesn't want to admit that it likes public recognition, it is the house of public recognition when it comes to career. So, starting to do things that, are going, when we talk about goals and stuff like that, setting those goals and sticking to those goals and having structure and not letting the moodiness of Cancer and those emotional ties pull you back from actually accomplishing the things that you set out to do in this lifetime. Capricorn North Node is the entrepreneurs, the CEOs, the leaders. You have to be the CEO of your life when it comes to a North Node in Capricorn, making the decisions, making the hard decisions and sticking to those decisions and following through. It's diligence, you know what I mean? That South Node, putting limits on the self, falling in the moods, once again, that keep you doing from what you need to do, and focusing on family wants and needs and not providing for yourself, baby. Self-care. All right. So I'm going to pick this up a little bit more because I know we have a couple of minutes left and I want to make sure we have room for questions. But we're going to get into the Leo North Node and the South Node in Aquarius. And so before we had Cancer in the North Node, the year before we had Leo in the North Node and we had Aquarius in the South Node. So basically they always go back. They always go back each year. About a year and a half, they always go back and they switch, they flip-flop. So basically, even if this isn't your personal North Node, the collective is learning this energy. Whatever North Node it's in, the collective will be learning this energy. And you can also see how it's aspect of your personal North Node and things like that. And if you have any more questions about that. All right, so Leo North Node and Aquarius South Node. Leo is all about living from the heart and living from the truth. That is a lesson of the Leo North Node. It's that star quality, that star power. Whatever house it's in, that's where you're going to shine, baby. You're going to shine in whatever that is. Performative, courageous, not afraid to say what it knows and what it feels and what it thinks. It just says it, baby. No filter, baby. You know what I'm saying? Brave enough to take a risk. You know what I mean? Brave enough to go out and set out to do what it says it's going to do. It's very fixed. Leo is fixed fire. Aquarius is fixed air. So when it says it's going to do something, baby, it's going to do it. It might take it a minute, but baby, it's going to do it. All right. Embracing your natural creativity, your natural joy, your natural gifts. It's very childlike. It's very, and not like no childish, like, oh, he childish, or she childish, oh, they childish. Not like that, but like really being into that kid. It's like, you know, I want to do this, I want to do that. Like, I want to go play over here. I want to go play with him. I don't like him. I like her. You know what I mean? Like that kind of energy. Big dreams, center stage. You know, the sky is not the limit when you have a Leo North Node. You can shoot for the motherfucking stars and shoot for the goddamn moon and back and beyond, you know. And also self-expression, like I said about the heart, this is going to be about you speaking your heart center's truth, all right, when you have a Leo North Node. Now, that South Node energy, when it comes into Aquarius, we have living in the head. So being very cerebral, not wanting to express your emotion and fear of feeling like somebody's going to shade you or feel some type of way about you, or you, not even somebody else, but you feeling like your ideas are not good enough to bring to the table. So you might kind of like cower or kind of like seclude yourself in and be like, I don't know if I should say anything because they'll probably think it's weird or they'll probably think it's whack or whatever like that. So behind the scenes, not really wanting to show face, not really wanting to be out and things like that, versus, you know, Leo that's like, I'm out here, you know what I mean? The researcher. So Aquarius wants to do the research before it does anything. You know, when I think of Aquarius, I think of the chemist in the lab. Okay, the chemist that's like putting the potions together is like, ooh, experiment, boom, you know what I mean? Like, oh God, I didn't know that could work. I didn't know I could do this. Okay, let's try this. Let's try this. Okay, the data's Aquarius. All right, feeling like the outsider. So, you know, when you have a Leo North Node and you have an Aquarius South Node, then you struggle with feeling like you're not being accepted in the groups, even if the group is not like tripping about you being in it. You might still have uncomfortable feelings of like, do I belong here? Do I fit in? Do I, you know? Moving to Aquarius North Node, and then we're going to finish off with Virgo and Pisces. So we have Aquarius North Node. The Aquarius North Node is more effective when it's in a group. It's way more effective when it's in a group, all right? It is the humanitarians of the group. It's the North Node of humanitarianism. You know, fulfilled when it's using its skills and gifts and talents to the fullest. It's the connector. You know, Aquarius is that one that knows and can keen into people's individual talents and gifts and is like, you know what? I think you'd be perfect here. I think you'd be perfect over here. You know what? I see you doing this. You should think about doing this. Maybe you can, you know, it connects, and it not also just telling people where they should go, but it's good at connecting people to where they stand. You know what I mean? Like, you should go meet this person. You should go meet that person. Oh, this person does this. Oh, y'all should collaborate. Aquarius, the plug. Okay. It's the innovator. You know, it's technology. It rules technology. So innovating, making innovative or progressions in technology and research, and maybe being the inventor of something scientific that we've never in our humanity have ever seen. You know, it's, you know, Aquarius is out of this world. When I think of Aquarius, I think of area, was it 5141, you know, whatever. We don't fucking know what the areas is because they still lying. But anyway, Aquarius is that node for that. It is okay, connected between friends, keening into everybody's own unique gifts. That South Node comes in and it's like releasing the Leo drama. Okay, with the South Node and Leo, North Node Aquarius, releasing the drama. Everything is not about a theatrical play. All right, Aquarius North Noders out there, needing to be liked, needing to feel admired between groups. You know, that's something that you definitely come here to release. You know, I hate to be the one to say it. I hate saying this, but it's not all about you, baby. It's about the collective. You know, Aquarius is very much so, as well as Pisces, connected to the collective. So just keep that in mind. And then also going on a solo journey. You know, Aquarius is not afraid to be the individual in the group. Aquarius is not afraid to be the one different when it is in its power. It's like, yeah, I'm different, or it's And it's not even like Aquarius is consciously like, I'm different. Aquarius is just like, knows it's not like everybody else. And that's okay. All right. So we're going to move on to Pisces, Virgo and Pisces. And then I'm going to leave it open for questions. Hopefully we're not running on time. But I have Virgo and Pisces. What's up, Virgo and Pisces? North Node, South Node, Virgo and Pisces. So when you come into this Virgo North Node and this Pisces South Node energy, we have the Virgo setting and maintaining boundaries. Boundaries. Pisces knows no boundaries, okay? Pisces knows no boundaries. It's like, what are those? Virgo's like, I need you to not let everybody come into your ocean because your ocean is rare, all right? Your ocean is magnetic. People want to drink out of it. So I would need you to be a gatekeeper in this, all right? So Virgo is that, you know, it's setting strict and clear boundaries. Virgo is so good about picking the bad apples, very discerning. It's like, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. Sometimes to a fault, but we're not going to talk about it. It's another video. But, you know, it's good at weeding out the bad apples or weeding out the weeds, you know what I mean? So in order for things to be able to grow, Virgo is the harvest, you know what I mean? When we go from summer, when we're in summer and we're going to fall, Virgo is the harvest. It's like, I'm going to take all these crops, I'm going to take all these seeds, and I'm going to make a whole garden and plant where we can all eat and we can all grow, all right? Sharing with the world your solutions to the problems we face. Now, this is a double, you know, not on double entendre. It's a back and forth thing, all right? Because if nobody's asking for your advice, Virgo, don't give it. You don't have to always give it. Now, if we're in conversations about how you can offer your solutions to the problems that you see in the world, we need that. We need that, Virgo North Node. We need you talking about the things that you have analyzed, you know, because Virgo is I analyze, Pisces is I believe. Virgo analyzes the situation. Virgo is like, this is missing, that's missing. How can I pull these together and make it anew? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, sharing to the world those gifts that you have, learning and refining routines and implementing those routines. Pisces hate routines. We're talking about mutable earth and mutable water. You know, Pisces is like, go with the flow. Life is life, whatever, you know, whatever, we doing it, you know. And Virgo's like, I need structure. I need you to tell me what you're doing, how you doing it, when you're doing it, because we got to move forward. We can't just be caught in like Piscean dreamland with no action, no movement, no nothing, you know what I'm saying? And so when you go from that, you go from reliability and structure. So Pisces, not to say that you can't rely on Pisces, but Virgo is going to be the one that you call when you need that good advice. You know, a lot of times I see people coming to us, you know what I'm saying, and being like, oh, it ends in 30 seconds, y'all. All right. Could you please save this if you can and send it to me, please, please? I would love to rejoin this, do another. Yes, if we can. So please save this if you can, and then I'm gonna come right back on, y'all. Like right back. All right.